As demonstrated by our really long land cost assumption, the expense of land will reach 12,931 around the completion of 2022, rising to 21,093, close to the completion of 2023, and 98,111. Around the completion of 2025, land esteem figure will then climb to 203,521 in 2027 and 397,277 in 2030. How sensible are these assumptions if you have any time considered is land an insightful hypothesis? We deal with you. We have the top land cost assumptions for 2022, 2025 and 2030. In the center between land worth assumptions 2022, 2025, 2030. The Lunost cost should do vary a long time and a little. While we expect the going with highs end of 2022, with land's current circumstance expected to fill on a very basic level in 2022, Luna is decisively positioned to reach 15,811 end of 2025. Improved crypto rule by 2025 will push land Luna to an incredible new high of 120,961 end of 2030. By 2030, land will be a serious insightful agreement stage to rise to Ethereum and see a top expense of 423,391. Terra is the name of the public blockchain that was basically made to have a collection of fiat fixed stablecoins, the most striking being Terra USD, which is fixed to the US dollar. Luna goes probably as the organization identification of the land association, engaging holders to project a polling form and present suggestion that could deal with the show. Luna is in like manner used to settle the value of stablecoins. Land and Luna are much of the time used alternately. Land did not depend on top of the Ethereum association or another association, and usage is its own blockchain. Luna has a hard and fast stockpile of 810,928,577. A piece of land's rivals include Twist, CRV, CeLo, Ethereum, Eth and large XRP, TI UST. Looking at how Luna has performed since its 2019 farewell, we see an unmistakable picture extremely like various other altcoins that joined the market lately. All along its expense was low at this point, at the same time that all disparate in 2021, as we can find in the outline. Over Luna's most critical gigantic expense increase happened towards the beginning of 2021. And the asset saw a greater development in the methodology. April Luna dropped before the start of the mid-year and entered a going period. But these new lows were at this point higher than its expenses going before 2021. Regardless, there was another thing to come. Towards the completion of summer 2021, Luna gradually rose, and before we in general acknowledged it took off upwards, a period of unsteadiness followed, and subsequently one more expense spike took land Luna to the 100 mark. Happen as it gives clients a voice in how cryptos are made. In addition, as land continues to construct augmentations to other blockchains, it will extend its utility and that of its stablecoins, which could similarly deal with its expense, taking into account everything. More than likely, land is a magnificent transient hypothesis, 1 year or long stretch endeavor 5 to 10 years. Here are our property Luna cost assumptions for 2022 to 2030. Terra Luna worth assumption 2022. Familiarizing more stablecoins with the climate will see land show up at extension in 2022. Continuing to show up at new all-time highs in 2022, Lunost will cross the 15,000 accomplishment strangely, according to our passing area Luna cost assumption. Starting there, Luna will push to a record cost of 15,811. But a low of 3376 is at this point an opportunity close to the completion of 2022. Land Luna will be esteemed at 13,409 and accomplish an ordinary of 12,931 for the year. Land Luna worth assumption 2023. New dApps and new DeFi projects shipped off ashore will again furthermore its extension and augmentation gathering in 2023. The top transient Luna assumption for 2023 is 38,766, while the least measure is 9445 in 2023. We desire to see land Luna gather at typical of 21,093 for the year and close December at 36,122. Land Luna worth gauge 2024 By 2024 land stablecoin natural framework, particularly Terra, will overwhelm other more settled stablecoins, similar to TAI starting 2024. At 35,987 land Luna will augmentation to a typical of 52,050. Before the year's over, if the market is bullish, expect a constraint of 89,846, and expecting the market is negative, expect something like 31,796 as indicated by our property cost gauge data. If you're really asking yourself, would it be smart for me? I put assets into land. Clearly transient assumptions for 2022 to 2024 are bullishly confident, suggesting that Luna could rise from a reasonable low of 3376 to a phenomenal high of 89,846. If you favor a really long monetary arranging procedure, we ought to investigate the land assumptions for 2025, to say the very least. What could we eventually expect to see from 2025 to 2030? Land Luna worth assumption 2025 extraordinary rule in 2025 could be a monstrous lift to the expense of land Luna will shoot up to an unparalleled high of 120,961 in 2025, an augmentation of 1290 beginning from the outset of 2022. Our long Luna cost assumption figure has similarly recognized a low measure of 60,318, a center check of 98,111, and an end cost of 92,023. Land Luna worth figure 2026 new frameworks with a piece of the top blockchains will see land's utility extension in 2026. A further bullish assessment in the expense of land Luna in 2026 will see the asset dark 1500 and ensure one more top-notch high of 166,780 for the rest of 2026. Our Lunost assumption suggests a yearly low of 113,751 and an ordinary of 159,988 before the year's finished. Land Luna worth gauge 2027, resulting to validating itself a solid hypothesis all through the past a seriously drawn out period of time. By 2027, we could see institutional monetary sponsor start placing assets into land, with the bears unsuitable to push land Luna any lower than 150,560 in 2027. It will clear a path for Luna to arrive at another record cost of 224,715 in the last half of the year. As per our 5-year Luna cost assumption, the end ordinary expense of land Luna will be 203,521 in 2027. Land Luna worth estimate 2028, with a steadily expanding number of associations enduring area and different stablecoins from its current circumstance. 2028 could be a remarkable year for land.